All right, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Ashley Reeve here. Welcome to TDME Crypto Decrypted. Before we get started, remember, guys, the information we discuss in this video is opinion and should not be construed as advice in any way. It's good to be with you here. It's good to be alive, ladies and gentlemen. It's Friday. It's the 6th of February. And we're exactly 2 minutes after 2. Yes, good afternoon, good afternoon. If you're joining here for the very first time, I'd like to say good afternoon. Jules, I see you there, guys. Just for the guys that are joining in for the very first time, Crypto Decrypted every Friday at 2 o'clock. We go for about 15-20 minutes or so, guys. We chat about crypto, a little bit different from the traditional FX or the FX market and those that come with it. We obviously want to make sure that we educate and keep our students, our clients in the loop and up to date with what is happening around the world, not only in the FX space, but in the crypto as well, because many of our clients, they obviously have diversified portfolios. And they need to understand that, the informed decisions that they're making, what does that mean? What does that mean for them? All right. So we're going to go for about 20-25 minutes here. We're going to be looking at a couple of crypto, assets, or at least instruments. We also dealing with some of the fundamentals around the crypto, guys, and what's been happening in the market. We know that we started February off with a lot of political uncertainty, and we want to try and shed some light on there. Our marketing team has graciously placed our links in the chat facility, guys. There we go. Yeah, look, TrendSphere, absolutely, it's a bloodbath. I agree with you. Every dog has his day, right? Every dog has his day, right? I'm sure you can agree with me. And the link there for some other guys, maybe just to digress a bit there, TrendSphere, before I loop back onto the ramp with you there. If you'd like to open up an account with us, guys, in the chat facility, our marketing department has graciously placed it in there for you. Upon registration, you're going to get your 50 ZOC, and then you'll be getting an additional 50 ZOC, which is a stable coin, guys, that we do offer on our TDME platform. You'll be getting an equivalent, or at least a totality there of 100 ZOC that you can utilize. And we'll be getting into some of those specific as we do go along in the year, guys. There's so much that crypto has to offer. It's not only trading them from a position perspective, but you can also trade them from a derivatives side, the way we have them right here now. And you can hold them long, you can hold them medium term, you can get in and wait for those rides to come. TrendSphere, maybe just to loop back onto the ramp with you there, I agree with you. Bloodbath, absolutely. I'll use the word ridiculous over there, because many people do think that, there's, things won't shift or things won't change because it looks so good. All right. We can see that, markets are markets at the end of the day. All right. And we want to try and make sense of it. So let's maybe just start it off firstly, just to give the guys a little bit of information here quickly. Please forgive the turning of my head, guys. We've got various screens, that we do look at to make sure that everything is running really good. All right. So let's maybe just let the guys understand a little bit more about the derivative side, letting them, know that what are we actually offering here from a TDME perspective, guys. All right. So, but let's just first start with, what is the actual difference between stable coins and altcoins? All right, these are crypto types, all right, or types of crypto. It's designed not to move much in price. That's why they exist. Crypto prices, they can swing a lot, and stable coins give traders a safe parking spot. That's why you can actually hold it for long times, all right? Now, what's extremely interesting about what I said is that it can swing with volatility. Remember, crypto at this point doesn't have the kind of historical back dates or timeline as you would find with gold and with silver, and you'll find with oil and so forth. All right, it's not relatively new in a sense that we've seen the rise and emergence of crypto in Bitcoin really 2008, 2009, but since we've then seen different types of crypto features come out, different types of platforms that's running on the blockchain and so forth. And what we've then seen is that crypto can be very volatile at times. I mean, we've seen, as an example, that the Bitcoin price from 2021 pushing all the way up. And we've now seen, just like Trendsphere said there, that bloodbath. I mean, guys, if you think about it, Bitcoin, all right, being back at the 66,000 level. I mean, that's, from 120,000 to 66. Think about that for a second. That is a massive swing. And that comes because of political uncertainty. Now, the great thing about this is, before we go into some of the technical charts here, guys, it's good. And I want you to hear me. I'm going to say something to you now. Trendsphere, Jules, listen to this. It's good that Bitcoin was affected on the one side, because that means that the movement of the asset is blending into the movement of the market. All right? And when I say the market, I'm talking about the global market. Remember, crypto came in as a sideline. What is this? This cryptocurrency. This must be that. And it has now integrated into the global market through regulations, through adoption, through infrastructure development, etc. So it's good that it has had that massive swing on the one side, because now that it's integrated into the global system, we're going to start seeing more of the correlatory patterns between crypto. We are seeing that with stocks, it's really, really similar to it right now. In the beginning, we saw a bit of it with the commodities, with gold. It's shifted a little bit now with the indices. So we're seeing the climatization of cryptocurrency finding its way into the global market and supply, which is a very good thing. Now, what do we obviously see here? We do understand and know that at some point we're going to find our floor. Bitcoin, we're going to find our floor. Cryptocurrency is going to find a floor, and we do anticipate it to rise again. Are we together? The only way that it would not rise is if it breaks totally below that zero mark, which we don't anticipate, because people's appetites move. All right. So how they stay stable, stable, I beg your pardon, is that, and these are the stable coins now, all right? They are usually pegged 1-to-1 to something real, all right? So you'll find the USDT, which we have at this point in time, Tether right there, is tied to the US dollar. So 1 USDT is equivalent to $1, so a very simple way just to really think about it is that stable coins are like USD inside the crypto world. That is the simplified understanding, all right? And the main use of why guys are going to be using it, obviously, is because, they can move money far quicker. They can avoid a lot of volatility in a sense. And obviously, there's a lot of trading pairs that are open now. This is stablecoin. Let's quickly just get to the altcoin so that we can just distinguish the difference between those two, all right? Altcoins are all other cryptocurrencies, all right, besides Bitcoin. Each one of them, they tries to do something different or better. This in the sense of how they market themselves, the kind of features they have, the blockchain, obviously they're running from it, but the infrastructure that they do provide. You're going to find some of them give faster payments, others have smart contracts. Some of them are involved with the DeFi or DeFi, all right, depending how you want to pronounce it, guys, but it's DeFi. Also, gaming is in there, AI is involved, and then obviously for privacy matters as well. Remember, crypto is also a store of value, so it's not only where you can trade it, you buy and then you sell it, you can also store value. Examples of, altcoins, obviously, Ethereum, Solana, which I'm going to get into now. Cardano is there as well. Just to give you an idea of those three there, just at least so you understand, Ethereum is dealing with a lot of the smart contracts, Solana, faster transactions, and you're going to find Cardano there is research-driven on the blockchain, all right? So altcoins are like tech stocks, basically, if you want to really put it down. So from a stable coin perspective, one USDT is like $1. It remains stable. It doesn't move as much, so you can control that in a sense. But altcoins are like tech stocks, all right? There is more potential, but there's also more risk because they can shift, obviously, with the movement of the market, all right? Now, I'll get to the FX and the crypto and why they are different because I think that's also going to help. But before we do that, we've seen quite a bit of a bloodbath, and I'm placing emphasis once again with Transfer over there, all right? Now, for years, guys, people called Bitcoin digital gold, a safe place to hide when the economy gets messy. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, all right, we're seeing that the market is proving that it's still developing. So when the stock market gets nervous or the interest rates stay high, investors will pull money out of risky things. And that's what's happened, all right? There's been no interest rate cuts yet, and we're seeing it's affecting the cryptocurrency market as well. Now, the result of this is obviously that Bitcoin is currently trading more like a tech stock than gold. And that's what I mentioned in the beginning now, all right? If tech stocks, especially the AI companies, all right, drop, then you're going to find crypto tends to follow them down. So the big players at this point are taking profits. Remember all those big companies like BlackRock and Fidelity that launched the Bitcoin ETFs. They brought in billions of dollars in 2024 and 2025. All right. The sell-off or the OG sell-off, guys, it was a lot of many early investors and large funds are now obviously locking in their wins. And they've made huge profits, over the last 18 months. And obviously selling some of their holdings to turn that wealth, that digital wealth, into cash. All right. Now, the second thing there is to understand this bloodbath is the cooling ETF, the ETF, Bitcoin ETF, right? There was an initial rush into it to buy Bitcoin through retirement accounts, and it has slowed down. It has slowed down, all right? And without the constant stream of new buyers, the price is obviously struggling to stay at those record highs, which is why, let me actually just go to, the Bitcoin price now so you can see it. So obviously it's struggling to stay there because of that. Give me a second, let it just load here. It should load. Just give it a second, guys. Whilst it's there we go, loading. Also understand, guys, the regulation is getting serious. I'm sure you guys all should be familiar with the Genius Act. There's a lot of the days they call the Wild West. It's kind of fading. Governments are finally putting clear rules in place, it seems, specifically for stable coins, because crypto's pegged to the dollar like USDT, which I mentioned now. It's really, really, really a reality for us, all right? And that's why we are so ahead as TDME. We are ahead with, providing this to our students and clients already, because we understand that the market, the global market is shifting, all right? So the Genius Act, maybe just to give the guys maybe just something there real quickly. It's from the US. New laws are forcing stablecoin creators there to prove they actually have the cash, all right, to back up their tokens. And so it matters a lot, because while more rules might feel a bit boring, they make big banks feel safe enough to actually use crypto technology for everyday payments. And this is something that is very important. Paying utilities, having you to pay your merchants as an example there, all right, which is a huge long-term win, huge long-term. So all of that is happening behind the scenes. We're definitely going to see more of that. Obviously, it's a little bit uneasy and, unclear when we can say it's going to happen definitively. It's here right now. We have to give it a bit of time. Anything that is fairly new takes a bit of time for it to move. So massive sell-off, as you can see. Let me actually see if I can get a RSI in here instead. I'm going to get the RSI in. The reason why I'm going to get the RSI, the relative strength index, is because I want you to see the movement of the of the bears. All right, so that's a daily chart. Let's go to the monthly first. And I want you to see this. Let me just actually favorite. So you can, on our platform here, this is the TDME platform, guys. You can favorite your the time frames you'd like to trade. And then when you full screen it, you'll have access to actually using that as a toolbar, right? So there's a daily frame over there. Let's get to the monthly frame. And that's the sell-off. That's the bloodbath. From 125,000 US dollars, we are now sitting at 66. I specifically am seeing a lot of opportunity here. We're getting a much lower area. Let's go to the weekly and see what's happening. And we're going to see this across many of the coins that coins that I'm going to actually mention. Look at this. We are absolutely bearish here right now. Now, the great thing about this is, though, I want you to focus on what I'm about to show you here, all right? Many of the guys don't know how to see if support has been found. Now, you can see the daily here on the RSI at the bottom has already found a specific low. Look at that. There is a low there. So there's the first sign of a floor. As I go into a lower time frame, look how the floor is developing now. Look at that. Look how it's developing. So what I'm trying to show you guys is that the shorter time frames are starting to give us an indication that there is attractiveness in Bitcoin. Looks like there is. Look at that. Because you're seeing the strength of the chart on the shorter time frames being developed now. The development of the shorter time frames is what we want to start seeing on the higher time frames. Listen to what Ash just said there. So the higher time frames has not created enough development in the price printing for us to have a more informed decision of where Bitcoin is going now. So overall, we are still bearish in that contraction, in that pullback. But the lower time frames has started to show the printing and development of price, and it is displaying the evidence of the buyer's appetite. That's a very important point that I'm actually mentioning over there, and that is fantastic for us. So what we would wait for, as you can see, there's many times prices pushed up. We are now, look at this. So we need this to continue, and we need the price to start printing a little bit further up past these zones here to give us a far better decision, or at least display of price and an indication of price pushing again to the upside. All right. Now, the 4-year cycle is broken as well. That's another fundamental reason as to why you're seeing this. I'm going to go to Ethereum next, all right? Because we're going to see if there's any patterns here. So there's Ethereum. Let me get the RSI. I'm going to use the RSI throughout. The reason for that is, and I'm actually going to... sorry about that, guys. So I'm going to favorite this as well. Relative Strength Index. All right. Now, the 4-year cycle is broken. In the past, guys, crypto followed a very predictable 4-year pattern tied to the Bitcoin halving. All right. This is where price had to be broken down into smaller pieces so that it could be more affordable. Yeah. And the change is because there's so much institutional money in the market now. Those old patterns are disappearing. So when you're flooding money, a market with a lot of money, it changes the dynamic. And this works exactly the same for anything else. It works exactly the same. The dynamic changes because there's more money that has come into the market. All right, this is pretty normal. All right. And when I say normal, it's exactly that. It's the new normal. So instead of one giant boom, we are seeing smaller, more frequent waves that look more like regular stock market waves. It's exactly what I said to you just now, that the cryptocurrency market is climatizing itself, integrating into the global market money supply. And that's great news, because that's going to start developing new patterns for us to follow. The first 4-year cycle, that was the beginning stages of the movement. So guys, it's a beautiful time to start getting into crypto. All right, so it's a new normal. And so we want to try and see now on the technicals here if we're seeing a similar thing. All right, look at the shorter time frames here. Let's firstly go to the monthly again. Exactly the same. Look at that. Now I'm going to go to a few other. That's Ethereum, okay? And I'm going to use the monthly chart on all of them. Let's go to AVAX. And there's the monthly. And I want you to see exactly the same. All right, let's go to another one over here. So I'm just going to go through our list that we have. All right. Here's Doge. Exactly the same. All of them are currently in a correction. This is a beautiful setup. All right, JUP, USDT, exactly the same. Next one, LTC, USDT. All of them, look at that, same. All right, next. Ondo, yes. Solana. You know, guys, all I see here is opportunity, eh? All I see is opportunity. Trump, USDT. Look at that. All Ash sees here is opportunity. Literally shifting between them. Look at that. All of this, there's not one crypto at this moment in time that we're seeing that's looking different. WIF. Look at that. And then Ripple here, XRP. Look at that, guys. Exactly the same. Now, traders, I want you to listen to me very carefully. All right? Listen to me. Listen to Ash very, very carefully. At this point, all I see is opportunity here. Now, what we're going to begin to see on the shorter time frames, and you can go and have a look at this. You're going to have to drop down to the lower time frames so you can start to engage the bottoms here. You're going to start looking for patterns where price is moving above certain highs. So as an example, let me take this RSI, that MACD off. Let's put the RSI on again. And you're going to start looking at it from this angle. All right. So can you see that this is a high? That's at the 74 zone. This is when price was really overbought. Now this is a daily frame. What you're going to start looking for. So if we place a horizontal line there, we're going to start looking for strength to push up, 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 right? Let me just get my little pen here. So we're going to start looking for, hold on. Hold on, guys. Let me just get this. Yeah, this is what I need. All right. So what we're going to need now, we're going to need price to start pushing up on the, remember, we are looking at the strength of the RSI. So we're going to see this happen. When that happens, that is a daily frame, and you're going to do this on each cryptocurrency. All right? Because the monthly chart is bearish. So we want to see in the next month or two, that's a daily frame, the next month or two, we want to start seeing price, after we see it move up here, we want to see price start breaking above those levels. Because if it breaks above those levels and the strength has gone up, it simply means that price has found a support and is now beginning to attract buyers back into the market. That's why I'm extremely happy, all right, at this point, when you look at it from a technical standpoint, that massive decline, as Transfer said there so rightfully, a bloodbath, all right? If you got out just in time, great. But again, how could you have foreseen that, guys? Trump came out in the beginning of the year and spoke about Venezuela. He came out in the beginning of the year taking over another country and then opening up for business. All right? So you could not have seen that. It's something that happened. It's beyond your control. All right? Now, when you start seeing this in more than 3 of the cryptos, and I'm not referring to just any, I'm referring to if we start seeing on Ripple, if we start seeing it on Doge, on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, if we start seeing what I've just mentioned to you now on some of the major coins, this becomes a fantastic place for us to start engaging them now. All right, engaging the technical structure. We will then also look out for fundamental support, because at the end of the day, guys, the technicals and the fundamentals, they actually move together. All right, they do move together. Now, moving together, let's quickly compare FX and let's do a bit of crypto here. All right, so if you look at FX, just for the guys that are obviously in the crypto market, if this is you here, guys, the reality is many guys that are in crypto, that are specifically in crypto, they only focus on cryptocurrency. They won't necessarily know about the FX. All right? And that's okay. So if that's you, we're quickly dealing with some of that information over here. All right? So listen very carefully. So to the guys that's only in crypto, let's quickly chat FX, guys. All right? This is the USD, the euro. It's government issued money. When we're saying FX, government issued money. The key features of that is going to be it's controlled by central banks, different to crypto because it's decentralized. All right? It's influenced heavily by interest rates, inflation, and jobs. All right? Now, crypto is perhaps not influenced directly, but it is getting the wind of it because of the FX. That's important because it's a risky asset. So people will take money out of risky assets, put it into a safe haven, and it gets affected like that. That's very important. Another thing, crypto, remember you can trade it over the weekend. FX, it's Mondays to Fridays. Don't forget that. It's very liquid and there's slower moves. It doesn't move. It doesn't have all the volatility that crypto has. So it will take longer to stay within a specific range. All right? Our TDME platform only offers crypto derivatives, guys. There's no FX here. Our FX is on our MetaTrader 5 side. All right? But the great thing is you can obviously open up 2 different accounts. You can cross-pollinate. All right? You can cross-pollinate. You can trade your derivatives in crypto with us on the TDME here. You can trade FX. You can trade the golds and the NAS 100s and so forth on the MetaTrader 5. It's up to you. All right? But it doesn't move from a volatile perspective as not volatile, sorry. It's not as quick because there's a lot more of fundamental features attached to it. All right, there's a whole lot of more economic reports attached to it. There's a whole lot more features from a social, political, and economic stance, and those features are attached to it. There's livelihoods, there's I mentioned now jobs. All of these things are attached. Wages, producer indexes, all of these things that's tied to even from a commodity perspective. The oil, there's just too much tied to the FX system at this point in time for it to move as quick as crypto. All right? And crypto, it's just crypto. FX has commodities, it's got agriculture, it's got the traditional currencies that we find. There's a whole lot more in the FX market. All right? Also, what's very important, guys, from a crypto perspective, like I mentioned, the difference between that, the central bank there is the controller. There you're going to find crypto decentralized. And what's important, guys, the key features that moves the cryptocurrency, which is what we're looking for here. Number one, you're going to look for adoption. How much of people or how many of the people in the world, in the market is actually trading? All right. I started off and I said to you guys, regulatory framework is very important for cryptocurrency, all right? The liquidity, the kind of money that's coming in. I said to you 2024 and 2025, billions came into the crypto market, spiking and moving Bitcoin up to record highs, all right? Also, what's going to move it is tech upgrades. Remember, everything is online, it's digital, so the better they make the infrastructure, the quicker it is, the safer it is, the more private it is, the more untraceable it is, the more secure it is. This will also push up the value of the crypto market. And then lastly, maybe just to mention this, guys, the sentiment. All right, example, US, Trump is pro-crypto. All right, the new Federal Reserve Chairman, Kevin Walsh, is pro-crypto. So what's important about that is that if they advocate for stronger adoption in the US, then we can get more traction with it. All right, so simple. FX is banks, traditional banks, governments, and there's a lot of rules. And crypto, internet, a bunch of code, and a lot of networks. All right, but guys, just to loop back to what I'd said before, majority of the cryptos right now is in a very deep correction due to political uncertainty. Many investors moving away for now because of political uncertainty. The stance of the US dollar, we've just seen a government shutdown happen in the US. We don't know when it's going to open up. We still need interest rates to be cut. So there is an entanglement happening at this moment in time. So we need a couple of weeks just to see how it's going to pan out. All right. But for this session, guys, I think this was well put and very fruitful in a sense that we looked at a bit of technicals. We did a bit of work on the back end to inform the guys about crypto. Let them understand that this is obviously still a work in progress in a sense that you have to be patient with where the structure is now. That's what I mean by that. That's where the structure is, but it's a great time to start looking at those lows, looking for the support areas, and start planning your trades, to start planning your setups when this price starts pushing to the upside again. This is the time to start doing that now. You don't want to be in that position where some of the guys were many moons ago when we started. When I say many moons, I'm just exaggerating, all right? But, a couple of years ago, when they saw the Bitcoin price push to the upside, I'm telling you guys, because we're in the market, and we're doing this every day, we're hearing the feedback. Many guys have said they wish they had been at the bottom, or they've taken positions. All right, they wish they've taken positions when price found its bottom, or when there was a support that was being formed. All right, and there's an opportunity once again for us to start looking at the bottoms after the structural correction there with most of the crypto. All right. Now, guys, remember our marketing department did put in the it's in the chat facility right there. You can click on the links, guys. It's www.tdmarkets.io. Open up your crypto account with us, ladies and gentlemen. All right. A deposit, you get your 50 ZARK, your stable coin, and upon your first deposit there, you get your additional 50 ZARK there for you to have in your wallet. All right, a stable coin. That is one ZARK equals 1 rand. So it's backed by a rand. Just like the USDT, there would be 1 USDT tether there would be $1. All right, you can convert your ZARK into USDT as well. You can do it right there on our platform. You can do it from your wallet. There's no issue, no hassle whatsoever. And then obviously, guys, please, if you have any additional questions, please email care@tdmarkets.com. We are moving strong. We are moving forward. We are agile. We are adapting. It's been fantastic. It is Friday, guys. Unfortunately, there's no NFP today with the government shutdown. This was the trend last year as well with the government shutdown. The NFP results, the labor report was delayed. T would have been with me here today, but unfortunately, man, there's no NFP for us to actually trade on the FX side. So we are just making sure that we get the guys up to speed with what's happening in the crypto market at this point in time. But have a fantastic Friday, guys. Such a pleasure, such a blessing being with you guys here this afternoon, right here at TD Markets Exchange. All right, guys, it's going to be a very, 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 very good weekend. I hope you guys enjoy it with your family. All right. I'm seeing the TransFear. We have a few at the moment in time. We have 2 facilities that we are working from. We have on the TDME exchange. It's the ones that you are seeing now. And then on the MetaTrader 5, we have over 50 cryptocurrency as a basket, all right, on there, all right. So on both sides, on TDME over here, as well as the MetaTrader 5. So I'd say we are close to about 80 or 100 different types of crypto, all right, on our side. All right, so we're really packed and loaded for all of you guys, all right. And also on the side of adding new ones, that also, comes down to demand, all right. But it's a very good question. I like it because many guys wouldn't know, if that is actually happening. And, it also depends on demand. If there is a huge influx of people and there is an adoption that's happening in the market for a specific coin to be traded, we would definitely get it there for the guys, because we want to keep our community happy, right, and give you options at the end of the day. But I can guarantee you all the ones that we currently have on is in demand. There's a lot of guys that is busy with them, and that's why they're on there at this moment in time. All right, fantastic question. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And it's very educational because it's letting the other guys know that might even catch on to this later on. All right, there we go. Have a good one as well, my friend. Everybody, have a fantastic weekend here. Ashley Reeve here, guys. I'm signing out. Ciao, ciao.